Good morning, everybody. Smart Cowboy here. How y'all doing today? Today is March the 7th, 2020 at 8:50 in the morning. Getting the bike prepped. And let's show you here. Getting the bike ready. We're going to head on up to Sloan's in Murfreesboro. Today is Can-Am track day, or ride day, or demo day, or whatever day it is. Anyway, a lot of Can-Am supposed to be up there. So next thing you'll see is more than likely walking around the Can-Ams before the ride and everything, and then I will have the camera on the helmet and do some video and give you an honest review on if I like them or if I don't. So stay tuned. All right, everybody, I'm on the way to Sloan's now. We'll see if got everything set up and ready. See what they look like when I turn in up here. This is the first time I've ever gone to a ride day per se. I've never done that, so this will be a first experience for me. So we'll see what happens. Yeah, this is not good. Looks like I'm somewhere else. Alright, guys and gals, I'm here at Sloan's, and this is not turning out what I expected. What they're doing, Sloan's, the motorcycle superstore itself, is introducing the Can-Am line, which I understood that, but I was under the assumption that Can-Am was going to have a bunch of tents and all that stuff here, but it's just sponsored by Sloan's. They haven't even got the Can-Am bikes out yet, so that's what they're doing now. So I'm going to test ride the RT and the F3, but I was under the impression that Can-Am was going to sponsor this introduction, which I guess it really is my fault, because I should have checked and not made the assumption that Can-Am was sponsoring this. But Sloan's sponsoring this and going to have hamburgers, hot dogs, and I entered in to win $20,000 and punched in a code, but I didn't win. Go figure. So who knew? So he's moving around the Can-Ams now, and the next thing you'll see is me riding the RT, and then I'll do another video riding the F3. So while I'm here, I might as well make the best of it. So we're gonna go ahead and do that, and next thing you see, I'll be on the RT. Hey, that rhymes. I'm a poet, didn't know it. All right, in a minute. So that's it. That's the metallic, liquid metallic, I think it's what it is. Yeah, I think this is going to be fine. Up, down. It's weird not having handbrakes. Bring it all the way up. See how that's going to do. Now just waiting. I'm going to get a copy of my license, and then off I go. Okay, I got the license signed. I mean, the waiver signed and all that stuff. I got a copy of my license and all that good stuff, so. Got through with lunch. They didn't have any hot dogs. I mean, hamburgers. They had hot dogs. Me and Corey stood around and ate some hot dogs. After my demo ride,
But it was a disappointing thing, not as far as the ride goes. You saw the footage and everything of the ride. It's pretty cool. But when I got back, had other people waiting in line to ride that particular RT. And so when that gentleman got back, all the rides were canceled because that RT was sold that day, that second, after that gentleman got back. So that was a disappointment. It's not my salesman, Jeff Hutchinson. I want to make this perfectly clear. It wasn't his fault doing it. It was a thing with management as far as Can-Am not bringing the trucks, and Sloan's Motorcycle Superstore not having more Can-Ams to ride. And you really can't blame Sloan's as far as, you know, if you got the bike sold, you don't want anybody else to be riding on it, and that's understood. You put more miles on it and everything. So that's understandable, but this whole Can-Am Ride Days things, it was just a debacle from the get-go. But again, I want to stress it wasn't my salesman's fault, Jeff Hutchinson. He was pretty perturbed as it was because he was off that Wednesday and Thursday. He had to get some medical work done for Thursday and Friday. And then he came in this morning, and this was just dropped into his lap. So, but I talked to Jeff, and when I get in touch with Mr. Bolick, Trimark MC, and Distinct Ogre, we'll all come down here, and maybe Steve Arsenal if he wants to show, and Mr. Pruitt, maybe we'll come down here and just have a ride of our own, and we'll just switch bikes to see which one we like better and such as that. So he was gracious, Jeff was gracious enough to do that. But like I said in the video, I am definitely going to take the Can-Am riding class because it's very strange handling the bike, because if you just went a little bit like that, it would almost go over in the other lane. The steering is so sensitive, so flickable, and you really have to watch that. And well, you saw it on the video. So, and when we got back, and we got all this stuff about you know, the rides are canceled because the unit was sold and stuff, and that's just an internal Sloan's management issue. So, like I said, I don't want you to think that you know, Jeff had nothing to do with that at all. Nothing. So, he was just stuck in the middle. And if anybody's ever worked in retail, you know how aggravating and embarrassing that can be. So I don't fault him one iota. It was good to see Corey again. He was a little perturbed too because he wanted to take the F3 out for a ride, and Jeff said that he would bring the F3 out and let us ride it, but that would be totally unfair to all the other people that already had their license copied and signed a waiver and all that stuff. So we just said that well, we'll just come back another day, and that's when the idea sprang about just our little group there coming on a Friday or maybe a Saturday or something, and getting the ride, and then we could switch up the bikes and see which one what we like better. I had to strip off some stuff because I was getting a little warm inside there. So I think it's right around, so it's 45 on the phone. So it's a little brisk this morning. Well, it's this afternoon now. It's 12:32. But let me give you some final thoughts on there. I'm not sure if I had the camera running when I was talking to people when I pulled in about the Can-Am, because I've done so much research on it, and I felt like I was a salesman. I was Jeff Hutchinson's salesman by proxy. And there were some other Can-Am riders there. One had a 2013, one had a 2015, I think. So I was telling them all the improvements that they had over the older model years, and they were pretty impressed with that. So that was cool. But now that phase 3 is completed, phase 4 will be in June 13th and 14th. That's on a Saturday and Sunday when I do take the Can-Am riding class. When I get home, I'll upload these videos to the computer, and while that is happening, then I will go ahead and sign up for that class on the 13th and 14th. And then after that, I will make my final decision on which one that I will purchase. And then phase 5 will be waiting until I get closer to retirement, and hopefully there'll be maybe some 2020s left over, the RT or the F3, or I can find a good used price on a 19 or 20. I'll have to be the 19 F3 and be a 19 RT, because they completely redesigned the 2020 to my specifications. Yeah, like they listened to me in the first place. But I do appreciate everybody going on this journey with me. I really do appreciate it, that you're interested in it, because this is going to be a monumental purchase for me. And excuse me, and something that I want to get. So we'll see what the future holds. Of course, anything is subject to change without notice. Like the famous quote says, man makes plans and then God laughs hysterically. So we shall see. See how it turns out. So we'll just wrap this vlog up here, and we'll catch you guys and gals later. This is a Smyrna Cowboy here in Smyrna, Tennessee, on the way home from, quote, Can-Am Ride Days, unquote. Wishing you and yours a good day. And until next time, adios.